I simulated 10 seasons of F1 22 again. This is what happened. I already once made a video like this, but there has been a few changes since then, so we should get some completely different results. I changed the resource rate to reduced, so the teams won't get maxed out cars as fast, and this way regulation changes will have a much bigger impact. I made the worst possible car and picked Roy Nissany as my second driver. He will save the team for all 10 seasons. This way I don't interfere with any of the driver transfers, but without wasting any more time, let's get into season 1. Charles Leclerc won his first championship. He got 323 points and 7 wins. This will be his last season racing for Ferrari. Going to P2, we have Max Verstappen with 4 wins and 255 points. In P3, with 209 points and a single victory, we have George Russell. His teammate finished in P4, a single point behind him, scoring 208 points and 2 wins. And in 5th place, we have Sergio Perez with 186 points and 1 win. Let's go to the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari won their first championship for the simulation with Red Bull in P2, Mercedes in P3, McLaren in P4 and Alpine in P5. Moving on to the driver transfer. Daniel Ricciardo retired. Like I already mentioned, Charles Leclerc won't be racing for Ferrari anymore. He moved to Alfa Romeo. Sebastian Vettel made a return to Ferrari. Fernando Alonso joined McLaren. Lance Stroll joined Alfa Tauri. Kevin Magnussen moved to Aston Martin. Felipe Drugovich joined Aston Martin as well. Robert Schwartzman joined Haas. Pierre Gasly joined Williams. And Alex Albon joined Alpine. Regulation changes was made to aerodynamics and chassis. Let's go to season 2. Max Verstappen dominated this season. He won his first championship for the simulation with 15 victories and 406 points. In P2, we have Sergio Perez with 210 points. P3 with 200 points, we have Carlos Sainz. In P4, we have Lando Norris with a single win and 196 points. And Fernando Alonso finished in P5 with 163 points. Let's go to the Constructors' standings. Red Bull won their first Constructors' Championship for the simulation. McLaren in P2, Ferrari in P3, Mercedes in P4 and Alfa Romeo in P5. Going to the driver transfer. Fernando Alonso retired. Esteban Ocon joined McLaren. And Dan Ticktum got a seat in F1 and joined Alpine. Regulation changes was made to powertrain and durability. Moving on to season 3. Max Verstappen won his second championship. He got 11 wins and 362 points. In P2, we have Lando Norris with 5 wins and 273 points. P3, we have Sergio Perez with 211 points. In P4, with 208 points, we have Carlos Sainz. And George Russell finished in P5 with 150 points. Moving on to the Constructors' standings. Red Bull won their second championship with McLaren in P2, Ferrari in P3, Mercedes in P4 and Alfa Romeo in P5. Let's go to the driver transfers. Lewis Hamilton retired. Kevin Magnussen moved to Mercedes and Alessio Daleda joined Aston Martin. There was no regulation changes. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. It will only take a second and you can always unsubscribe later. Let's go to season 4. Lando Norris won his first championship with 394 points and 14 wins. Carlos Sainz finished in P2 with 231 points. Max Verstappen got P3 with 2 wins and 216 points. In P4 we have Sergio Perez with 183 points and in P5 with 123 points we have Esteban Ocon. Moving on to the Constructors' Championship. McLaren won their first championship for the simulation with Red Bull in P2, Ferrari in P3, Mercedes in P4 and once again Alfa Romeo in P5. Going through the driver transfer. Sebastian Vettel retired, Nicholas Latifi joined Ferrari, Yuki Tsunoda joined Williams and Oscar Piastri finally got a seat in F1 and joined Alfa Tauri. Going through the regulation changes. We had changes to aerodynamics and chassis. Let's go to season 5. Max Verstappen won his third championship with 364 points and 10 wins. We have Carlos Sainz in P2 with 276 points and 2 wins. George Russell got P3 with 230 points and 2 wins. Lando Norris got P4 with 147 points and a single victory. And in P5 we have Kevin Magnussen with 145 points. Charles Leclerc got a single victory and finished in P7 with 119 points. Let's go to the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull won championship number 3 with Mercedes in P2, Ferrari in P3, McLaren in P4 and Alfa Romeo in P5. There was no driver transfers and no regulation changes. Going to season 6. We had 5 different teams in the top 5 driver standings. Max Verstappen won his 4th championship with 320 points and 6 wins. Lando Norris finished in P2 with 303 points and 9 wins. In 3rd place with 214 points and a single victory we have Carlos Sainz. George Russell finished in P4 with 147 points and a single point behind him. In P5 we have Charles Leclerc. Going to the Constructors' Championship. McLaren won their second Constructors' Championship with Red Bull in P2, Ferrari in P3, Mercedes in P4 and Alfa Romeo in P5. Let's go through a driver transfer. Lando Norris retired, Pierre Gasly moved to McLaren and Jack Aitken joined Williams. We had regulation changes to powertrain and durability. Going to season 7. Pierre Gasly won his first championship with 372 points and 11 victories. In P2, 101 points behind Gasly, we have Max Verstappen with 4 wins. Esteban Ocon finished in P3 with 1 win and 202 points. In P4, we have George Russell with 180 points. And in P5, with no wins and 176 points, we have Carlos Sainz. Moving on to the Constructors' Championship, we have McLaren winning their third championship with Red Bull in P2, Mercedes in P3, Ferrari in P4 and Alfa Romeo in P5. Let's go to the driver transfers. The world champion retired, Sergio Perez joined McLaren, Carlos Sainz joined Red Bull, Yuri Vips joined Ferrari but left after half a season, and Liam Lawson joined Ferrari. We had no regulation changes. Going to season 8, Esteban Ocon won his first championship with 339 points and 9 wins. In P2 with 245 points and 4 wins, we have Max Verstappen. Sergio Perez with a single win and 238 points finished in P3. In P4 we have George Russell with 210 points and a single victory as well. And in P5 with no wins and 104 points, we have Carlos Sainz. Let's go to constructor standings. McLaren won their 4th championship with Red Bull in P2, Mercedes in P3, Ferrari in P4 and Alfa Romeo in P5. Now to driver transfers. Max Verstappen joined Ferrari, George Russell also joined Ferrari, Carlos Sainz joined Mercedes. This left Red Bull with 2 open seats. Charles Leclerc joined Red Bull, Theo Pocher joined Red Bull but left after half a season and was replaced by Alex Albon. Mick Schumacher made his first career move and joined Williams. Nicholas Latifi joined Haas and Yuri Vips joined Alfa Romeo. Let's go to the regulation changes. There was changes made to aerodynamics, chassis and durability. Going to season number 9, we had one of our closest seasons yet. The top 4 was only separated by 10 points 11 races through the season, but in the end Esteban Ocon won his 2nd championship with 264 points and 4 wins. 7 points behind him we have George Russell with 4 wins as well. In P3 we have 4 wins and 242 points. We have Max Verstappen. Sergio Perez dropped down to P4 from P1 midway through the season. He got 233 points and 2 wins. And Charles Leclerc got P5 with 157 points and 2 wins. Going to the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari won their 2nd Constructors' Championship. McLaren 2 points behind them in P2, Red Bull in P3, Mercedes in P4 and Alpine in P5. This was also the first season since season 2 that Alfa Romeo didn't finish in the top 5. Let's go to the driver transfers one last time. Sergio Perez moved to Alfa Romeo, Max Verstappen joined Mercedes, Kevin Magnussen joined Ferrari, Alessio Delera joined McLaren, Liam Lawson joined Aston Martin, and Zhou Guanyu was the final driver to make a driver move and he joined Williams. After sticking to Alfa Romeo for 9 seasons, we had no regulation changes. And now, season 10, Esteban Ocon won his 3rd championship with George Russell in P2, Charles Leclerc in P3, Max Verstappen in P4 and Alex Albon in P5. Red Bull won Constructors' Championship number 4 with Ferrari in P2, McLaren in P3, Mercedes in P4 and Williams in P5. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.